So welcome back, I'm Sean, and it's after 2 years since we last checked out YHE's BP Doctor Pro smartwatch, and today we're taking a look at their latest model to see if this is better in every way, so let's check it out.
Look, there's my home, there's my world. See, it's the flower, mine is lost. Beyond space, beyond time, give me a fire.
So the watch today was sent over to me by YHE for review, but this is not a sponsored post and my review will be based on my honest and unbiased opinion. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing and ring the notification bell so you won't miss any future tech reviews. So this watch is a specialty solution to a specific niche, and so it's not priced like regular smartwatches because of this technology inside, and it comes in at a price of $300 or about 1,399 Malaysian ringgit. So if you're interested in buying one, do check out my links below. Also, just a disclaimer, this video is not medical advice and this watch is also not to be replaced by any professional medical advice. So if you feel unwell, please always seek medical professionals' help. So first thing first, I think we need to address who is this smartwatch for, and the watch here, as compared to many other smartwatches in the market now, will seem like a little bit bare bones because it has very limited capabilities and is not designed as a fitness tracker first, although it does have some capabilities for basic activity tracking. So you're getting this watch because you want a portable blood pressure monitoring machine, but don't want to lug around those large, heavy home machines. But again, if you have serious health problems, always check with your medical professional. So with that said, this watch is designed somewhat similar to the BP Doctor Pro that we've checked out before and has similar look and feel with some key updates. So at the front of the watch here, you're going to get a nice chrome watch frame made of 316L medical grade stainless steel, and you can also get two different colors to choose from as well. So at the front here is also an improved screen with a 1.4-inch AMOLED display that looks sharp and beautiful, and the screen is also very high resolution that you won't see any pixelation even when looking at it real close. On the side of the watch is also two buttons which is very similar to the previous watch, one to turn on and off the screen and another one to enter the menu system. So the watch band here is same as before and is not swappable and is still in that reverse strap that honestly is quite hard to get used to. Usually the buckle part is at the top of the watch, not at the bottom, so it's a bit hard for me to get used to that. Anyways, inside here now you get two separate pieces of airbag as compared to the single piece airbag on the BP Doctor Pro, and this model seems to have much better looking airbags and it also grips to your wrist tighter when you're doing your tests. So some notable changes with the design here is that you no longer get a PPG heart rate sensor and the SpO2 sensor with this model. So that's not something that you can detect now with this model, and the charging scenario is also a little bit different now. So you still get the cradle with this watch, but this time the cradle has pins on the side of the watch of it to have contact with the pins which is on the side of the watch, and you still can charge it via USB-C cable that you have, which is a brilliant thing now because you don't need to bring special cables just to charge your watch. The watch also gives you a rated battery life of 7 days with several intervals of blood pressure monitoring every day, and since it doesn't have that 24/7 heart rate monitoring, the battery life is also a lot stronger this time. Charging the watch up is okay, takes 90 minutes from 0 to full. So the watch now is also updated from a Bluetooth 4.2 in the BP Doctor Pro and now features a Bluetooth 5.0, and this is used mainly for syncing purposes and not for any other purposes, so you're not going to get capabilities to connect to external heart rate monitor. So what you're not getting with this model is that 24/7 heart rate monitor or the SpO2 monitoring that you have in the previous model, and you're still able to track your sleep with it and it works really well as well. And with that, you can also set it to different intervals to automatically track your blood pressure. So you can also connect it to the app and use it for family sharing. So you can also monitor your loved one's blood pressure remotely, which is really cool. So with this watch, you get 3 different types of sports tracking, which is outdoor walking, outdoor running, as well as indoor running, and that's the only 3 spots that you get. So from here you can see that this watch is not meant for sports tracking. There is also no built-in GPS to track your workouts or your runs. So finally, you can also pick up and answer calls on the watch itself. So the watch interface is pretty easy to use, and at the home page here, this is where you see your watch face, and from fiddling around with it, there is still no way for you to change the watch face on the watch itself, and you need to change it from the app. So from here, swiping down from the top will bring you to a simple command center to adjust all the different settings that comes with this watch. And swiping from the bottom brings you to your notification center. Swiping from the right will bring you through the 3 different widgets that is pre-built inside here. So the first one is your BP throughout your day, the next one is your steps, and the last one is how many calories you've burned. So pressing on the bottom button itself brings you into a menu system, and inside here is pretty limited features. So basically everything that we've talked about, that's all the features you get. And for the top button, this is where you press and it'll turn on or off the screen. So that's pretty much all the features you get in the watch. So the app here is also really simple, and on the first page here, this is where you will get information about your battery life and also picture of your watch. Note that the same app is used with the BP Doctor Pro, so some features here like the SpO2, heart rate variation cannot be detected with this watch. But you have information about your BP readings, sleep tracking information which is quite detailed and good, calorie and step information. And under device, this is where you can enter the store and choose the few dials available, and at this time of testing it, there is nothing under store but only under my dials. So other than that, you can also set your alarm and sync the watch time and update firmware for the watch. And that's basically everything you get to do with the BP Doctor app. So the main feature of this watch is the ability to test your blood pressure wherever you go, and using the inflatable cuffs acts as a restrictor so that the watch can measure your blood flow on your wrist. And testing this with my own BP as well as my wife's BP, we're getting pretty accurate information, which is great. And YHE also says that they have built their own self-developed miniature solenoid pump, which is similar to the previous one, that uses traditional oscillometric measurements with the dual cuff design to measure your SBP or DBP as well as your pulse. Sports tracking here is basic, and it tells you information about the time, best guesses of your distance based on accelerometers, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna skip this test here because it's not gonna be accurate without GPS, and there's also no heart rate information to test. And overall, as a BP monitoring device, I think the watch works pretty accurate. I think needless to say, if you're already looking at a device like this or you have a need for it, you definitely know that you need one. And if you need a device like that, I say this is one of the more refined models out there. Of course, you should always do your research and find out what's best for you. So will you buy this to track your blood pressure or your loved one's blood pressure? So let me know in the comments below. So that is it for this review. If you find this video helpful, smash the thumbs up button, share this video everywhere. If you haven't yet subscribed, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.